All right, good morning. We're doing one more live. If you guys have been watching, great. Awesome job. Keep watching, but definitely go back and forth. We have a few other individuals that are going to be with us, so you definitely want to go back and forth. We have a few other individuals that are coming. Let me put this over here so you guys know who we're talking about. Let me put it right here. Okay. Control paste. We got it. Rosaline. There we go. Let me pin this to the bottom. One sec. Good morning. Morning. Rosaline. We got another individual that's going to share with us on what she's been doing and how Think and Grow Rich, the book, has helped her in her business. Good morning.
Good morning, hello. Actually, here is 9 p.m.
Where are you
Italy.
located?
We are in Italy, so 9 p.m. in the evening.
That's very nice. Good evening to you from Italy. So let's dive into it. I know you and I have been talking via DM. Tell us about the book and how he has helped you so far in your business, and what is it that you do?
Yeah. Well, this is a great honor, and I am excited of speaking about Napoleon Hill. So I try to give you what I filtered out from the book. And the first thing I want to say, because I'm a bookworm, and I want to say this, that there is a paradox about this book, because the most successful people didn't read it. They were unconscious competent. So they already knew the method in the book. Anyway, the book is really a literary masterpiece, not only because Napoleon Hill had been researching more than 500 people and maybe at the end 25,000 questionnaires, and not only for this, but because the book is really thick in meaning, it's very thick. Maybe this is why we have to read it many times. It's rich in storytelling. I have been appreciating the stories he tells because people love stories. And it has a clever expedient. And the expedient is the secret inside. When he's telling us there is the secret inside, and it's better not to tell us the secret, but to find out the secret. Wow, this is very super, because he's like, it's like when you teach somebody to ride a bicycle by letting him ride the bicycle, not just with the theory. Because when he says in the introduction, there is the secret, he teaches us to use the secret, to activate our visualization, to apply the very principles in the book. Because the desire to find the secret, I went crazy with the desire to find the secret, to having a definite plan of action to find the secret, the persistence in reading the book, the faith in finding the secret in the book, because everybody has a faith that there is a secret in the book. Maybe there isn't, maybe it is in another book by Napoleon, and so on. And so another thing I want to say is that I got puzzled looking for the secret, because I had already been applying the secret before reading the book. To me, the secret was no secret, because I was already applying visualization. My background is degree in philosophy, but also a sport background. I'm a bodybuilder, and I already visualized everything. I already applied it. So I thought maybe what I think it's the secret, it isn't the secret. Maybe the secret is something else. And when I understood that the secret was really what I already knew, me too, I was an unconscious competent. And so the book, Think and Grow Rich, just confirmed me that the method I was applying was the way to go, was the real method. So this is the first message and the first useful help that the book gave me. And this is very important. It is that you may already know what you needed to know to be successful in your life, and that everything is already inside us. We just need to get aware. And in my case, also to get confident that you know what you need to do, what you want to do. And so I think the secret is to get aware of what most of us already know, or for people who doesn't know about visualization and the law of attraction, to know this kind of stuff. And at the end, we must use it being aware. And this is why you have to write the 6 definite practical steps with the goal card. And actually, I think the goal card is just a crutch for somebody. Me, I don't need the goal card, because I can visualize. It's just an image. I can feel my emotions, and it's like a flash in my mind, and it works. And anyway, my husband is an international champion, and when I tell, he doesn't read, but when I tell him, oh, you know about the Think and Grow Rich, this and that, and he usually says, I'm already doing that. I was doing like that. It's like, of course, again, an unconscious competent. And I was yelling at him, but thanks God there are people like Napoleon Hill that can teach to people who don't know that. So this is my first message. And this first message got me to think, so if everything is already inside us, and if we know what to do, why most of us aren't successful anyway? And the second message, the second helpful hint that the book gave me is about the fears. Most of us aren't successful because we get used to fears, to worries and to fears, or even only to simple habits, because habits can make us successful or unsuccessful. It depends if you get in the circle of positive habits or negative habits. But for positive and negative, I mean apt to let you get what you want, good for your goal. And the third, I also took notes, because the third message, because I'm so honored to be able to speak about the book.
Perfect. Take your time. Keep going. We love it. I'm listening to you. Keep going. What's number 3?
Okay. The third message, it was about emotions, because I'm a very rational type of person. I studied mathematical logic, so it's very bad when a woman uses numbers instead of emotion. So this was something really new for me, because also for my sports background, I thought you just need willpower, but it isn't like that. I had to recognize that imagination and emotions are more important than knowledge, because we act through our subconscious mind, and we access our subconscious mind through our emotions. So emotions are really more important. You can do a lot more and a lot better through emotions, not only through intellect, your conscious mind. And another thing I would like to tell about the book, this is maybe a personal experience, is that on my first reading, I was looking forward to finding out the secret, and I was reading the book, reading, and one night I was in bed reading, and I fell asleep, and it was in the Sixth Sense chapter, when Napoleon Hill tells about the counselors, the invisible counselors. It's kind of esoteric, and I don't know. I don't think it was a suggestion, but even if it was, it's good, because I trust the Sixth Sense. Anyway, I fell asleep, and all of a sudden I overhear a voice in my ear that said, the secret is, and I opened my eyes and I only saw the word in the page, and there is in that chapter, self-reliance. So it was like, wow. So I don't want the secret for everybody's self-reliance, but I think that when he gives us the input to look for the secret, and he let us activate our visualization, the law of attraction, any of us can find the special angle we need to understand the secrets, to understand what to do to get successful. And for me, of course, maybe because I have still to understand completely, this is why I read and reread the book, it was self-reliance. Maybe I think the message is, I already knew the method, as I said at the beginning of this interview. I already knew that you may apply it. You may apply the law of attraction, but this is wrong because you always apply the law of attraction. Then it depends if you react or respond, but there is always the law of attraction working. So I already knew the law of attraction, but I just needed to trust my ability to use it. This is what I understood about the voice. I hope it was Napoleon or maybe Emerson, who I like a lot, whispering me, it's your problem, your key, your master key is self-reliance. And so this was an uncanny experience. And it's true, it's not made up by me for this interview, it's true because I fell asleep and I overhear this voice. And I opened my eyes, and the word that I read as the first word was self-reliance. Yeah.
And that has happened to many, many people. It's not just you. That has actually happened to other people where there's a state that their sixth sense tells them a lot of different things, or vividly they remember things that they were doing. Either what was wrong, or they needed to do it, or they actually need to start something. So you're not the only one that has that feeling. Now, let me ask you a question. Just because we need to go for the time. Can you tell us why people should be reading this book? But I want you to say it in Italian. So all of our followers in Italia, I want every single person to bring in their different language. And this is my challenge. I've been talking to a lot of people from different cultures and different countries. And what they tell me is this. When they read it in their own first language, a lot of times the translation is not 100%. That's because Napoleon Hill intended to write it in English, not other languages. But then when they read the English version of the book, a lot of things makes more sense to them. But we're going to do it opposite over here. So tell us why people should read Think and Grow Rich in Italian.
Okay, let me say two things. One is, maybe you know that Carnegie told Napoleon to be very simple. And he said, if you use a term that a young guy can understand, you lose your readers. Yes. Good. And the second thing is, I think it's very, very difficult. And as an author myself, I'm envious of Napoleon because this is great. It's really a literary masterpiece. But it's very difficult. Maybe because they wanted him to keep strict, you know, the stuff about not spill the bean about the success formula. So I think there are some other books that are easier to read, to be approached, like How to Raise Your Salary. I think to explain Think and Grow Rich a lot better. And even, this is in Italian, so you'll appreciate this. Your Right to Be Rich. And this is me. I'm a translator and the publisher. Into Italian is Hai diritto di essere ricco. Your right to be rich. This is by far easier. But anyway, everybody should read Think and Grow Rich also. And shall I tell it into Italian?
Yeah, tell. I want to hear it in Italian. So a lot of our folks know that we're going worldwide. It's not just Think and Grow Rich materials. was not meant only for one country. It works everywhere. And then if you know it works everywhere, that makes it a philosophy, a principle, rules, a law, whatever you want to call it, that works everywhere. So go ahead, you're good.
Okay. Here I go. Pensa e arricchisci te stesso, il titolo originale è Think and Grow Rich, è un libro che dovete leggerlo con fiducia nonostante la situazione economica attuale in cui si trova l'Italia e un po' la mentalità con cui siamo stati portati noi a avere di sfiducia. Bisogna desiderare e non farsi limitare dalle circostanze in cui ci troviamo, osare con sicurezza nei propri mezzi, visualizzando già il risultato. Tutto il resto poi lo trovi man mano che ti muovi, tutto il come raggiungere il risultato che vuoi, poi ti si apre davanti, trovi tutte le soluzioni, le occasioni e trovi anche il modo di imparare e rafforzarti. And I want to add in English that you have to read, apply and reread this book because it is important what you do with it. And I wanted to point out this because me, myself, I'm a bookworm and you think all the secret is just to read. No, it isn't just to read. It is to emotionalize, so access your subconscious and to act. And I want to borrow the words by Napoleon again because applied knowledge is power, not knowledge. This is why I'm also a pupil by Bob Proctor, and I was fascinated by Bob Proctor because I was the kind of people he tells when he says there are people with degrees, university degrees, and a business card with a lot of titles, but they aren't successful. And he is right, because it isn't only knowledge, it's applied knowledge. Yeah.
I agree with that 100%.
I'm sorry, I'm talkative. I'm a woman and I'm a child.
We're going to do this more often. We weren't planning on it. As a matter of fact, right now, I got to go in the other room. We have our own studio for video. We have 4 other people that we're videoing for YouTube and different channels. We're not doing live with them. We're doing video. So we got a few individuals that actually put their Saturdays. We're going to be here probably for the next 7-8 hours shooting videos and working on some materials that we're about to release to the masses. So we're working on it.
I will follow you.
I thank you so much for doing that. I appreciate you being here and sharing with us. We're going to be in contact for sure. I know you and I have been DMing for a long time, but we're going to definitely we're going to be in it, and I'm going to invite you to our mastermind group, which I'm going to send you the materials and everything else.
Wow. Okay. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Anytime. Take care. Have a good one. Bye bye.
Ciao. Arrivederci.